Well, hello, my beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for December 2023. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Scorpio, this is your monthly reading for December. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. I do apologize also for the delay with this December reading. I broke down in my car on my way back from my folks' house to my apartment, and I was left stranded for several hours, and everything now is in delay. So I do apologize for that, but I'm really glad to be back in my usual space. And let's see what's coming in for you, in particular in the month of December. Now, I have to let you know 2 things. One is I tried to light the candle for your reading, and 3 attempts it took for that candle to light. I really feel the match, it just would not light. So some of you are feeling pretty exhausted, and some of you may even feel like your spark is dwindling, or you feel that you've been burnt out, burning the candle at both ends, and you're just really in need of a vacation or a rest. So I definitely get a sense here that you want to slow down the pace. However, I feel you still have to rise to the occasion and take on your responsibilities. So you may be trying to recharge those batteries over the month of December just to keep on moving forward and pushing through that fatigue in order to accomplish your goals. Now, it is important to get some rest, okay? But I do feel that energy of you wanting to take things to the next level, whatever that means for you in your life in general. Also, I want you to be aware that when I was arranging the cards for your reading, suddenly the Lover's card popped out and it nearly flew into the candle and nearly went up in flames. So some of you are done with love completely, or some of you are really allowing your passions to take over in 2024, and you're trying to reignite that passion for what it is that you love, because you may feel that things have been very difficult this year, okay? Now, in general, December for the collective, I can't really actually believe December is here because it's flown by so quickly this year, but it has been a roller coaster year full of ups, downs, and plot twists for us all collectively. It's actually a time to look back at our accomplishments and feel proud of what we have, achieved during this period. But also, it's a time to re-strategize any losses and learn from them to conquer them in 2024. Now, in terms of planetary alignments, December seems to be the calmest months. Oh, there we go. They really want that. The calmest months of all, okay? And as a Scorpio myself, and I'm sure you would tend to agree, I'm a little bit suspicious whenever the planets go so quiet, okay? Because it tends to mean hidden agendas will be revealed in 2024, both on a personal level and on a global scale. But, I'm going to embrace this downtime as well as keep vigilant. Now, we do have a couple of notable mini plot twists at the end of 2023 with Mercury, planet of communication. It actions its final retrograde of the year on the 13th of December, and this will last until New Year's Day, okay? So from the middle of December, you might encounter someone bringing up touchy subjects, or you yourself might be misconstrued, causing awkward moments. Also, keep an eye on all correspondence like emails, phone calls, texts, etc., as electronic devices, they tend to get affected during a Mercury retrograde, whether it's a website crashing when you're about to pay for something, whether it's the internet going down periodically, or even getting locked out of your account, even though you have the right password. Also expect delayed functions, important messages going to spam folders or not sending at all. So I would double check those areas. Also, hard copy mail. or deliveries. They can get lost or damaged during a Mercury retrograde, so it can really test your patience. Now, as always, it's a great time to get into a routine during a Mercury retrograde, because during this time, it's perfect to really think about, saving down monthly statements from any establishment where you house your finances, just in case these areas are affected too, okay? So Mercury retrogrades, they can help us get into a routine to really, use the energy to our advantage. We'll actually see many more gremlins in the economic system as we move through 2024. So it is a great habit to pick up during this time, because, it'll really give you an advantage. Okay, now Mercury retrogrades, they're not all bad. They actually give us an opportunity at second chances in all areas of our life, a time to step back and take stock, get a bird's eye view of your life. So if there's anything that you really want to revisit, the middle of the month is actually a perfect time to do it. Also, you can use this winding down time to connect to nature and reconnect with your sense of self. Also, you'll be pleased to hear that Mars has moved out of your sign, Scorpio, into the sign of Sagittarius. Okay, that's a lot of energy just come through for you. But what happens there is, it brings with it a huge boost of energy, better luck, and it prompts us all to believe in ourselves, reinforcing an important truth. Anything is possible. So dream big, be bold, and strive forward towards your goals. It's also a perfect time of year, this alignment, because it helps us move into 2024 really focused on your goals and what you really want to achieve. And at the same time, it lends a playful influence to let our hair down, enjoy ourselves, and get curious about new adventures. You may even find yourself looking at like a grand vacational getaway in order to seek the sun for 2024. And even if your budget does not allow for such a thing right now, your visions are tapping into the law of attraction to make those visions become a reality, because Sagittarius season is heavily connected to Jupiter, planet of good luck, good fortune, and of course, expansion. So a sudden turn of events, including a lot of luck, will put you in a position to be able to afford those vacations, but also to make your dreams become a reality, delivering extra resources your way as well. Now, of course, as you know, my beautiful Scorpio, Mars can also be a bit of a warlord. So its move into Sagittarius can also see us having heated debates with people, being brutally honest with conversations that needed to be had, but are also hard to hear, and also pockets of sporadic crisis globally. So it's important to remain vigilant regarding those areas as well. Now, also, it's ultimately a time to reconnect with your true sense of self and with those that you care about. It's about winding down the year, looking back and noticing your accomplishments and being really proud of yourself, as well as creating new intentions to move forward and strive for your best self as you move into 2024. Now, your cards are really intense, and I feel the beginning of this reading, when I tried to light that match and the Lover's card flew into the candle, I feel it's really reflected in your cards. I mean, you've got a 9 of Wands, you've got a 9 of Swords, you've also got an 8 of Swords, and you've also got a Moon card. So some of you have been feeling pretty uncertain. Also, you've felt really drained, and I feel like you're in a protective mode. Some of you have been through some difficult situations, and you're almost like, well, what's next? I really get a sense that you're in a preparation mode. And some of you are a little bit hesitant about 2024 because you can see, especially since the World card is showing up in your chart, some of you can see some very interesting and very nerve-wracking changes that are going to occur in the world over the next coming years. And you may feel that although these changes are in motion, that 2024 is going to bring something that is like a climax, okay? Now, intuitively, I don't feel that you're wrong. I feel intuitively that you're right on the money. But I feel it's also important to recognize that you are in a protected position, especially since you have a 6 of Swords here. I feel like you're being guided. Ooh, this is a very important message that's coming through. Thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. They're giving me this energy, and I don't know where this number comes from, but they're giving me, it sounds so like unbelievable, but I'm going to give you what I can see because I'm scrying at the same time as doing your reading. They're giving me, there is a long line of ancestors walking by your side, giving you the strength to move through these changes. There are approximately 4,000, random number, I know, 4,000 ancestors walking with you in these changes that are coming in the next coming years, okay? I've literally got true chills coming through. So I feel what they're trying to give me is like, parental or guardian type figures, then grandparents, then great-grandparents, then great-great-grandparents. It just feels like this long lineage of people walking by your side during difficult changes. And I feel you are orchestrating some changes, because I feel this energy of some of you have had many new beginnings this year, many things that you've never done before that you've actually launched yourself into. And 2024 is going to be more of the same. But I feel like you're going to hit your targets. You're right on the mark, but also I get a sense that you're protected and redirected during any difficulties or any changes that you did not implement yourself. Okay, so that's coming through there. I want you to breathe, relax. Whatever is meant for you will never pass you by. But I feel this anxiety or this uncertainty about the future. But I really want you to tap into that sense of finding fun and spontaneity, because I feel you've had a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. And as you move into December, I really get the sense that everybody else is winding down in December, but it feels very much like you've still got responsibility on your shoulders. So you're looking at tasks that you need to do, you're tying up loose ends, and you're thinking about taking things to the next level for 2024. And I feel a lot of you have had a lot on your shoulders, and I feel you're being reminded to have fun with this card. Okay, now I'm not going to lie to you, my beautiful Scorpio, this month, December, is going to be a pretty heavy, deep month for you, because you're being guided and governed by your 12th house and your 9th house. Okay, and the 12th house is the deepest part of your chart. So you're going to feel a little bit more sensitive than usual. This is really a time to connect to your higher self. You may feel like withdrawing. And also, I feel like you're going to be on that spiritual path or quest to develop a deeper sense of awareness and receive important messages from your guides and those that walk by you. So there's going to be lots of signs. They're showing me 333 at the moment for you. You're going to see a lot of that. Okay, interesting, because they're giving me that 333 is give yourself permission to take a bold leap, to do something different, whatever it is. There's something on your mind that you've promised yourself in 2024 you're going to activate. It's almost like you're saying 2024 is not going to be anything like 2023. Some of you may have been feeling a bit stuck or stagnant or going around in a cycle repeat in some area of your life, and you're feeling a bit frustrated that something needs to change. Well, I definitely see that you being in a very deep, thoughtful process in the month of December. And these, things that you're thinking about launching, you will actually make them happen in 2024. Okay. Now, also, I feel some of you, you're going deeply into your sense of personal growth. I feel like you are maturing, expanding, and you may feel like withdrawing to focus on important projects, or some of you may have even been super busy and you're just wanting to take a break and kick back and relax. However, recharging your batteries must be 100%, focused on you, because some of you, sometimes you have a habit of taking a bit of a break, but also scrolling through your phone, thinking about the next thing you need to do the next day or the next week or the next month, or that you didn't do that thing. Because I get a sense here that you have a lot of tasks that you want to tie up, and you will get those things done. But when you promise yourself to take a break, you must take it. Okay, because otherwise your brain is still working overtime, and your mind is still worrying. And, work of the mind is also very exhausting. So I definitely get a sense that it's important to recharge your batteries properly. Now, also, your 9th house is the great quest for meaning, and that's a heavy energy to go in partnership with your 12th house. So some of you are really deeply thinking about your life's purpose. Some of you are reestablishing your connection, as I said, with your higher self. You may feel compelled to book a spiritual retreat, or even spiritual classes, or, a cultural getaway, or even enroll in a higher learning class. Some of you are looking at the bigger picture, dreaming big and boldly to make your dreams become a reality. But it's really about this sense of where you feel like you belong, especially in the world. So some of you may be thinking about emigrating, or you may think about traveling in order to enrich your soul and your knowledge about people, about the human mind, the psyche, but also about culture. I get a sense of you just, really wanting to do things differently. And we've got the Fool card there. This is your protagonist energy. So it says literally the beginning. And I feel, it's almost like you're starting 2024 early because you're so done with 2023 that you want to launch yourself into either a new project or a new way of living. It could be a new diet. It could be, you looking at ending things that you've got in your life right now. For example, like subscriptions that you've outgrown, that perhaps you pay, money for, that you think, you know what, I don't really read that as much. Or it could be like you are connecting to a gym membership, or you're deciding to join a library or a group of people, or even a hobby. This is to launch yourself. But most importantly, this card reminds you to have fun. Okay, it's so important that you've got the Emperor and the Fool card, because traditionally in the history of Tarot, the Emperor used to have the Fool at the back of the card. Okay, so the Fool used to appear behind the Emperor's throne normally, and that was a reminder that life can get pretty serious and we've got a lot of responsibility on our shoulders. However, we must find pockets of spontaneity, fun, exciting new things to keep life, something that keeps on, recharging your batteries or giving you that lust for life. And I feel some of you are breaking free from something. So whether it is you're breaking free from worry, because the Eight of Swords tells me some of you have been feeling pretty stuck, and your overarching energy is the Fool card, which is to liberate yourself from these energies. And we've got the Nine of Wands there. So I feel like you've been working really hard on something, or something has been difficult or even painful in your life in this year. And I feel like you are not giving up on something, but I feel like you are trying to find an easier way to do something, or a fun way to embrace life. Because, the Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. And I feel like sometimes you get hurt quite a lot, my beautiful Scorpio, in different areas of life, whether it's love, whether it's career. I feel like you're always rolling with the punches, and you got so good at it, you're almost like wondering where's the next punch coming from, because, you're so like, I'm just seeing like Neo right now in the Matrix, like dodging all those, difficult moments, let's put it that way. And I feel that's what you've been doing recently, and really trying to just, do life. I feel like you're trying to find security for you and your family. I feel this sense of responsibility on your shoulders. And the Nine of Wands tells me that, and I'm getting a sentence which to some degree I don't agree with, but also I see the merit of it, okay? Which is, if it's something important and it's worth doing, it tends to be pretty hard. Okay, it tends to be pretty painful or difficult. Okay, just like they used to tell us when we were younger, a relationship that's worth anything tends to be difficult. Well, it doesn't have to be. Okay, sometimes we meet people or situations that are toxic that teach us lessons in order to erect healthier boundaries and to really establish a sense of self-worth. So those experiences come in to teach us about the word no. Okay, same with like working environments. If you are working really hard towards something, you're really talented and gifted at what you do, especially if you're moving into a leadership position. It's important to recognize that, yes, it's difficult, and you understand that. You're not afraid of hard work, but sometimes there is a boundary, and people are not allowed to cross that boundary with you. So I do feel that some of you have been learning that word no over 2023, and it's been really hard to kind of establish it, but I feel like you're really getting good at it. You're getting more confident in saying, no, that doesn't suit the vision of what my life should be. It doesn't vibe with me. I feel like you are really like, it's almost like you're claiming that word no, and you're taking it with you into 2024, because I feel you're really open and saying the word yes to all the positive, exciting things that are going on. But I feel, you've had this sense of strength about you, and some people have tried to take advantage of your kindness. And I feel like you're actually reestablishing that word no, okay? Enough is enough is what I'm feeling here. Also, the Nine of Wands is an important card because it does indicate that some of you are reevaluating circumstances, okay? Is there something in your life that you keep doing that's not working or is hurting you? And I feel like you're changing the way that you approach it, tweaking a plan. Like, of course, if you've got a goal, because the leadership card, the Emperor there is all about ambition, to reach your goal, to be successful. And I feel some of you have been burning the candle at both ends to get to where you want to go, but also you need to find that sense of balance. And you can see there that the flower it represents reward. It's sweet reward. However, the thorns are pretty difficult to deal with. So I feel like you have been dealing with a thorny situation throughout the whole of 2023. And now as you move into 2024, things are going to get a little bit easier for you. But I feel like you're cautious. There may even be something that you've done before, whether it's launch yourself into a new relationship or a new job position or even a new friendship. I feel like you're guarded because you've learnt in the past that sometimes people just disappoint you or situations just disappoint you. And I feel like you're trying to override that energy in order to be a little bit more curious about the world, to embrace your inner child, and to open yourself up to this energy that perhaps you had when you were younger, which was like, you know what? Whatever goes, goes. You know, I feel that circumstance in the last couple of years especially have made you feel very still or very stuck in a situation, and you have been yearning, shall we say, after that it's almost like a devil may care attitude where you're like, you know what, I just want to throw caution to the wind. However, you're not doing it completely, but you are opening yourself up to change and fun and excitement. And I feel you're just so over things being so difficult because you have been dealt a card where things have been, you know, very, very difficult there. Now, we do have that Nine of Wands and we have the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is to feel stuck. So some of you, you know, it's almost like there is a way out. As you can see, that wonderful figure there, the cage is open. So it's almost like you have the ability to change your circumstances, but perhaps circumstances have not been kind to you and you haven't been able to action setting yourself free on something, okay? But I actually see your overarching energy is you are setting yourself free. And I feel there's a lighter energy about December for you, where you let your hair down a little bit more. And the Eight of Swords, especially with the Nine of Wands, and you're governed by your 12th house and the 9th house, as I said, you're going to feel, especially at the beginning of the month, there's this heavy energy like, what is my purpose? Am I on the right path? And if I'm not, how do I change things? And sometimes things can feel really difficult, but the way that the month goes, for you in particular, I feel like you're building something that's going to bring a lot of security. I feel like you're increasing your finances. You know, a lot of other signs are going to be having depletion of their finances. But what I see you doing is I feel that you are finding really good deals. I feel like, yes, you may need to dip into savings in order to purchase or pay bills. But I get a sense here that it comes back to you at the end of the month. And I feel it's not just pay if you're in a career. I feel it could be a bonus or a raise or something like that, or even a win. So I will pull some cards on that too for you. But looking at your protagonist energy, you're feeling a little bit exhausted and a little bit stuck. And I just get this sense of purge. Okay, it's like I'm leaving 23 behind. I'm moving away from this energy completely. I'm so done. I feel like you're almost starting the year a month early. Okay, now as you can see, we've got the transformation card there, and it's in the resistance position, so it's like you got it in the reverse. Now this is the death card, and it's also your card, my beautiful Scorpio. It's a Scorpio card, and some of you have been feeling really stuck in a situation, and some of you, there may have been some changes that have been occurring, and it just feels like you're having to shift into a different gear. And it's not that you're resisting these changes, because I feel like you are someone who is very flexible, very adaptable to change. But I feel some of you are finding an easier way, okay? Especially when it comes to your dream or your goal, because you have the Page of Swords here, which is to be curious, which is to investigate something, dig a little bit deeper. And we got the Moon card there, and it can also indicate that that's your dream or your goal, something you've been wishing for, because the Moon is a very dreamy state. So some of you, you're being really honest with yourself and saying, okay, is there a part of my goal or my dream that is not working for me? Because I feel like you're having a real honest look with yourself in December and saying, okay, I'm not going to fantasize and say, okay, I'm on the right track. This is really hurting me and it's not working. I'm just going to push on and keep doing what I'm doing, because that's just going to have you just banging your head against a brick wall. I definitely see that you're on the right path, but I see in December you're going to find an easier way to approach something. Your goal is still the same. You're still going to accomplish that goal, but I actually see that you either adjust or readjust your path or tweak your plan in some way, whether it's a piece of information that makes things really easy for you or you unlock something that is a major breakthrough. I definitely see that things get easier for you and suddenly everything is starting to slot into place, and there's some really excellent news coming for you right at the end of December, okay? So I feel things are changing for you for the benefit of you, basically. Now, also, this card is in the resistance position. Some of you have just not been feeling yourself recently, or even in the last couple of months or years even. Some of you are like, there's this energy of, how do I rediscover who I am? How do I get back to my sense of freedom, fun, enjoyment? And I feel like you are going to open yourself up to new ways of doing things. And I also see you're going to be meeting new people, but there's either a new project or some sort of information or even an invitation that comes your way that puts a spring in your step and makes you feel like electric is the energy that I'm getting. So if there's any invitations that come through, I definitely see that when you get there to this invitation, it almost feels like you're meant to be there to meet somebody. Now, whether that's in terms of love, or whether it's in terms of your dreams or your goals, or just to find members of Soul Tribe, I get a sense here that, you feel really secure in this person's energy. Now, it's not that you're not finding love in the month of December, but your main, overarching energy, it feels like that's not your priority. It feels really about you establishing your power, looking at where you are feeling drained or who underestimates you or, really tries to take away your power. I feel like you're reestablishing your sense of self. And I get a sense here that your main energy here is, how do I secure myself and my family? That's the main energy I see here. A lot of you are going to be trying to save extra finances, okay? And I feel some of you are either saving for a major vacation or to move somewhere, to locate somewhere else. I get a sense here that you're being guided somewhere and you're on the right track. So if some of you have been worrying that maybe you're not on the right track, or you're feeling a bit lost, or I feel like you're going to get lots of messages in the month of December and almost like signposts. So pay close attention to any billboards, or if you literally say, "Dear universe, please send me a sign," and the next thing that you see is a billboard and it's got a really profound sign on it, that's your sign. You're going to get a sign quite immediately is what I'm seeing there as well, okay? Now, yes, there are some major changes coming, because anything that's in the resistance position, it turns into the upright by the end of the reading. So this reading's good for about 6 weeks. So as you move into the second week of January, you're going to see some major restructures going on in your world, but you're changing something about you as well as your surroundings, okay? Now, we do have the Page of Swords here, and it's in the resistance position, so it's like you got it in the reverse. Some of you, and don't shoot the messenger when I say this, some of you may have some news that comes towards you that you're not feeling so good about, okay? Now, this could be like either some legal news or some tax news. Could mean that, there's extra money that needs to be paid out, or a bill that you were not expecting. Again, I hate that message, and, I'm a Scorpio. I can't read for myself. However, sometimes when I do the readings, like 2 or 3 weeks afterwards, it happens to me too. And I'm like, oh, okay. I knew this was coming because I could feel it in the reading. However, I didn't know if it was for me or not, but that's coming through here as well. So I just want you to be aware of that. Some of you, may feel a bit uncertain about this news, but actually you're being protected and redirected. Six of Swords says you've got this, okay? There's nothing to worry about. So the resources you need will come towards you. And I just want you to be aware of that too, okay? Now, some of you beautiful Scorpios out there, you've been thinking about taking a class of learning for a while, and you may have been searching around for the right class for you, whether it's something to expand your mind or to learn about the mind or body language, or, become a counselor or do something that helps people understand themselves a little bit more. Some of you may even be launching a project regarding something that you've written or created. I feel like some of you are in like the research stages of something, and I feel you're going to launch it or action it as you move out of December into January. So this could be, as I said, a class of learning or an apprenticeship somewhere, or you're gaining new knowledge. And I definitely get a sense here that you will have a new focus as you move into the month of January 2024. But I feel December, you're like scratching the surface on it. Okay, so you'll be digging a little bit deeper on whatever that is. I also see that something hidden comes to light. Okay, so this could be something somebody told you. Okay, I mean, it could be somebody who hurt you. Some information comes towards you and you think, you know what, that person, they never really got me, or they don't deserve a place in my life in some way. And I feel like you end that friendship, because I get a sense here that you're walking away from something that has been bugging you for a while. Now, it could have been an ex. It could be, a friend who hurt you. It could be, someone that you work with or someone who's in the community. But I definitely get a sense here of you reestablishing your power and thinking, you know what? I don't need to put up with that anymore. I'm not dealing with that anymore. I'm respecting myself and my boundaries, and I'm saying no. And I really feel the word no is a big deal for you as you move into 2024, okay? Now, also, what I'm seeing here as well is, and again, don't shoot the messenger when I say this, because this is something that is a very important trait that you've been born with, my beautiful Scorpio, and that is you have an incredible intuition, but also you are one of the biggest detectives of the zodiac, okay? You tend to like dig up the undiggable, as it were. You will find it. If you know it's out there intuitively, you will find it. If you feel something about a person, if you think that they are hiding something from you, you will find it, okay? And I want you to be aware of that, because what they're showing me here is sometimes truth can hurt. And you're really aware of that. If someone, is bold enough to tell you the truth, you really respect that. But if they withhold the truth and then you find the truth, you do not respect that. And that's when things get a little bit real and sore, a little bit raw there, okay? So I feel something that you may go digging on, okay? And this is not just localized to you personally. This is like the world at large as well. Sometimes if you, feel intuitively that you need to go digging on some information and you find something out, okay, that is unsettling, shall we say, or makes you feel a little bit nervous, please recognize the impact it's having on your health. Okay? Because sometimes, especially if you're a Scorpio, you go digging for something, you will find it. And then it will change how you feel, of course. But it's like, I'm almost looking at these cards and getting this energy of, is it worth it? Okay? Because sometimes, of course, let me just put it into context because it needs context. If you're in a relationship, I'm not saying that you're going to do some digging and find out that somebody has been lying to you. I'm not saying that at all. I don't see, relationship energy here at all. I feel like this is to do with you. So it's like if you go searching for something and you find it to be true, it just creates a lot of worry on you, okay? But if you intuitively know something is true, of course you want to find the truth on it. I want you to be aware that once you find that truth, you must step away from that truth and recognize that it is a fact. And if you can change something about it, then set about changing it. But if you cannot do anything about it, please just leave it, step back and find some peace of mind, because it will, impact your sense of worry and the world at large. I didn't expect to go this deep on your reading, but here it is. So it's coming through. There are energies in this world that want to create fear, that want to keep people stuck in an energy of low vibration so that they cannot reach their true potential, okay? And I feel it's really important for you to recognize the impact it has on your energy, to step away and say, okay, I found the truth on this. I'm not happy with it. It worries me a little bit, or it has made me feel a little bit nervous. However, I am not allowing it to change my energy or my psyche or anything like that. I'm going to remain positive. I'm going to remain free. I'm going to remain looking for, exciting things to do in life and be curious about what this world has to offer in the positive sense. Okay. So I don't know who needs to hear that, but that is coming through there as well. Okay. Now we do have the Moon card and it's in the resistance position. So it's like you got it in the reverse. What I'm seeing here is there's something that has been making you feel unhappy for some time. And I feel like you are launching something new. It's almost like a new version of yourself that you're going to be so happy with as you move into 2024. And it seems so weird that it's like time is really like a man-made construct, so it doesn't really exist. It's like linear. It's just this forward motion. However, just the signaling of 2024, there's a shift of mindset where you're like, you know what, I can do anything. And I feel like you're going to accomplish whatever it is you set out to do, okay? The fox indicates you're someone who is super clever, okay? Use your intuition because it was given to you for a reason. And I feel there is something hidden that comes to light that you may feel changes everything. And it may be a person, it may be a friend, it may be a colleague, it may be just the world at large, something that you feel disappoints you in some way. I feel like you take a step back from that, okay? I feel like you move forward without that person or that situation or that energy as you move into 2024, and you leave it behind and you never look back. And actually, it's the most positive thing that you do, okay? So it could be a friend who tries to always bring you down, or someone who is never really positive for you or doesn't support you in some way or tries to chip away at your confidence. Also, some of you are looking about changing something in your life. You're being curious about what makes you tick or what makes you excited, gives you that lust for life. Because I feel some of you are either putting yourself out there in a course of learning or in a group scenario to meet new people. And I also get this energy of some of you, either you're literally writing a book or you're writing something down. Could be you're journaling or something you've been thinking about for some time that will change your life. It's been whispering to you from your heart, whatever that is. Launch that business or come up with an idea that makes you feel really excited, or go traveling, or whatever it is that's really, whispering to you. I feel like you will action it. I also get that there is a wonderful surprise coming out for you. Something you've been waiting for quite some time. It will show up for you and it will free up everything. So there's some really good news there as well. We have look at that. We've got the Three of Wands there. So the Three of Wands really means like you're on the right track. You're aligning yourself with your heart's desire and you're not compromising. You're not allowing anyone to influence the direction that you're headed in, okay? And also when you have the Three of Wands, this kind of represents these two wands there are like accomplishments. You've already been there, done that. And now you're wanting to move forward on something else. And the sea is golden. Okay, so there's lots of new golden opportunities for you coming in, something that's going to be really positive for you. This is a time of expansion. And when we're about to move into the next level or the next stage of our life in some way, sometimes there's a little bit of a gear adjustment and it feels difficult, or some obstacles come up to like try and get in the way of you reaching your full potential. But I feel like you're moving on from that, and I feel like you're guided and protected. This is the second time you got the Six of Swords, which means after difficult times, if you've been going through something emotional there, some of you may have gone through a separation recently, or you may have been going through, really tough times, because the Nine of Wands and the Eight of Swords is difficulty, right? But the Six of Swords tells me that you're being guided out of difficulty and you're being guided to new experiences, new lands. I feel like you've been tested and the turbulent waters are now being left behind, and there's a calmness within you that if you can face those things and overcome them, you can overcome anything. And I really get a sense here that you're going from strength to strength as you move into 2024. You've shifted your awareness, okay? And you're choosing to believe that by stepping into the unknown, it'll bring you what you truly desire. And I definitely see that. You're stepping into the unknown, uncharted territory, and it's quite thrilling, actually, because on the other side of that is passion. On the other side of that is strength. It's, that headstrong energy where you're determined for a new adventure, you're being innovative, and I feel like you are creating some sort of independent action. For some of you, it could be that you're launching an independent business. For some of you, it's that you are opening yourself up to your desires, that you're going to lead with your desire and your passion, and that you're going to venture forward to exciting new things. This lusty energy where you're free-spirited. Some of you, you're actually, picking up a hobby or being creative, but this is about you being goal-oriented, that go-getting spirit. And I feel that you are having this energy that's rising up within you to set you forward on a very exciting path. Your visions are becoming a reality and you're valuing yourself, okay? And I also get this sense that whatever it is you desire is going to manifest in many, many forms, okay? Now, for some of you, it could be that you're going to take up some freelance work, or you are dipping your toe into a new experience that will transcend and bring you true happiness and excitement. And, I feel this like entrepreneurial spirit, or this sort of like jet-setting spirit as well. I feel like I'm just getting the song I Want to Break Free. That's a very famous song by Queen that's coming through. Now that song has come up in a reading like before, maybe like a year ago or so. Maybe not for your sign, but I definitely have heard this one in a reading before, and it's coming through now for you. So maybe that's how you're feeling. I just want to break free. I just want to get out there. I want to do new things. I want to enjoy what life has to offer. Variety is the spice of life. Now, with all of that energy, you're still very aware of your responsibilities, okay? It's almost like you're coming down to the end of 2023 with a bit of a reality bump, okay? So I feel like you're allowing yourself to dream of all the potentials and possibilities. However, you're keeping your feet firmly on the ground. And when I say that you're coming down to earth with a bump, it doesn't mean that things are not going to happen for you. It means that you're being practical. I definitely get a sense here that you are, finishing your tasks. You definitely have some responsibilities on your shoulders. I feel like you are still being very serious about, the things that need to be done in life. This is a card of leveling up. This is a card of ambition, of success. So whatever it is that you are trying to accomplish, you are going to accomplish them. And, this card even says leadership there. So a lot of you are going to get promotions if you're in a career environment. There's more money coming on in. But also, this is a card of, being really strict with yourself, managing your time a little bit more, being organized. So I definitely see you setting those things as an intention as you move into 2024 as well. Now also with the Emperor energy, I've got a real energy here of like structure, of like domination of your energy, channeling it into healthy pursuits. And I feel some of you may even like get advice in some arena, or you may find a mentor who helps you with something. They're asking me to look at this card a little bit more. So let me just see. One moment, please. They really want to give me an energy of being stricter with your budget is what I'm seeing there. So I feel you are going to, you're making a 3 of Pentacles turn into a 4 of Pentacles, right? So you're increasing in your finances by being a little bit stricter with your budget. So some of you are going to get a little bit more organized during this period as well. But I feel some of you, there's this energy of for keeps. So either you're purchasing something that is long-term, it could be long-term investment, or you're looking at purchasing a house, or because they're showing me like a lock and key right now. Let me just pull a card on that lock and key. That means security, of course. I mean, there are padlocks there on that card. So maybe it's about security. Lock and key. Maybe you are squirreling away, working on something that you're not showing anybody at this time. You're keeping it under lock and key until you feel the right moment to launch it or reveal it. Okay. We've got the 4 of Cups. So I really feel, yes, there's some news that comes in. You're not telling anybody about it. So either you're working on something, or you've got some sort of benevolent resource or news that comes in. It feels like you're not telling anybody. It's a secret, whatever it is, but it's a really great secret. Look at that. We've got the 4 of Cups, and we've got the Ace of Pentacles. For some of you, if you're in a career environment, you may get a little bit more bonus than you thought. You may not tell anybody because you don't want to like brag, because some people are not going to be as fortunate as you, or some of you are like keeping it to yourself because sometimes people look at you differently when you got a little bit more money or a little bit more than them. So I get a sense here you're keeping it to yourself. Not everybody celebrates in your greatness or your successes. And I feel like you've learned that. That's been a difficult lesson that you have learned. But the 4 of Cups is like this energy of disenchantment, disappointment, boredom with your circumstances. You may feel like the world is oversaturated right now. It just feels like a lot of stuff bombarding you, and you just are trying to find something new, something a little bit more exciting. And as you can see there, that hand from the universe, that turbulent cloud is there, and that hand from the universe pops out with a surprise. And to get a second card that is the hand of the universe, delivering a resource or a surprise. Now, this could be a gift of finances, more fortune, or an opportunity. If you're looking for a job, this is definitely a potential job opportunity that comes in that's actually going to bring more money than you ever expected. And I get a sense of like status, or a a role or title that puts you above everybody else. Could be a leadership role, managerial role, or something. Or some of you are actually going to get an idea to launch something that is going to be very profitable long term. But the Ace of Pentacles, I feel, it's really important for you with these cards. If I'm really picking up the energy, drawing that energy out, it's an energy of this. Some of you are trying not to be emotionally spending as much as usual. Yes, you want to bestow gifts perhaps on a loved one, but you don't have to go out of your budget to do it. They know that you love them. So I get a sense here that some of you are trying to be a little bit stricter with your spending so that you can save a little bit more for later on. And some of you, as I said, you may get some sort of message that a bill or something is increasing. As I said, there's like a little bit of a surprise going on with finances. It could be like some news that tells you that your tax bill is a little bit more than you expected, or there's some sort of legal document that comes in that perhaps you are not happy with. You're going to get some advice regarding that, and you find a way to make it work for you. Okay, so ultimately it works for you. Now we do have the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords is a couple of energies coming through. One is, this sense of caution. Okay, and as you can see, that figure has literally got eyes in their back. So I feel some of you, if you really decode this energy with regards to the world, this Emperor energy can represent the establishment. It can represent people in positions of authority or power. And the Nine of Swords is like, you do not trust those people who are in positions of power because that power goes to their head. So I feel like you're being cautious, or you have a healthy mistrust of the way things are run. So it's almost like you're using facts as well as your intuition to guide you through any changes, whether they're policy changes. But also with the Nine of Swords, I'm getting an energy here of you, especially if you're working. I feel like you burn the candle at both ends and you need to get better sleep. Okay, that's really important. Better sleep as you move into 2024, because you've got a lot going on when you move into 2024. Okay, now if you are having trouble sleeping, whether you're in a career or not, I definitely get a sense that some of you may be seeking someone in a position of authority to help you with that. But I see that some of you want to find natural ways of addressing it rather than popping a pill, is what I see there. But with the Nine of Swords there, it's also very important to recognize that sometimes you are a little bit harsh on yourself, a little bit critical, and you need to celebrate your wins more. You need to really look at your sense of accomplishment, because sometimes you just don't see how great you are. Okay, you are a natural born leader. Whether you're in a career environment or not, you have this sense of courage, passion, and power within you that you're like this warrior going through the world. The Nine of Wands is a warrior card. And I feel that some of you, you've had to be strong and you're almost like conditioned to expect the worst. However, the best is going to work out for you, okay? But sometimes you need to be a little bit less critical of yourself. The Nine of Swords is to shift negative self-talk and to be compassionate, okay? And I also get this sense, you're changing your perspective from fear to possibility. It's a call to faith, okay? Now, we do have the Three of Pentacles, which is a delicate situation starts to become solidified, and you may be doing some repair work as well around the home space. There may be some DIY, or you may need to repair something, and that's what this bill is all about, and it may make you feel a little bit anxious or cautious. So I feel like you will replenish your finances. I do feel the universe will step in and send you a lifeline as well, okay? But the Three of Pentacles really is about planning. It's about engineering the next steps. It's about something you've been working on, whether it's creative or whether it's a project that you're doing on your own or even collaborating with somebody else. This is about things coming together to take shape. And I definitely see that something you're working on is taking shape at this time. And I feel everything's coming together, and you may even find that people want to help you, okay? Now, if you're in a career environment, this can mean that there is a better energy at work where people are pooling their resources and coming together. They're a team. And I feel like, there's just a little bit more workers' morale where there hasn't been. It just feels like people are a little bit happier as we close out December there as well. And I get a sense here that it's like you are doing a bit of soul searching and you're trying to fix things that have been bugging you for quite some time, whether it's sleeping, whether it's a sense of boredom, whether it's a sense that you feel stuck. I definitely see you taking action to change your circumstances so that you get the best out of life when you move into 2024, okay? Now also we have the Four of Pentacles there, so you are secure. So whatever it is you're working on, you're securing yourself. Some of you may actually be purchasing a home, or if you're looking to sell a home, I definitely see that you'll get a little bit more money than you were hoping for, even though the market is like not very good right now. I feel like you will get a little bit more than perhaps you thought you would get, okay? But the Four of Pentacles is also a reminder, especially since you've got the Emperor energy there. If you've got a lot of responsibility on your shoulders and you're being pushed and pulled in many different directions and you're really like busy, doing a lot of multitasking there, it's really important to find balance in the world, okay? It's important to not let life pass you by, because the Four of Pentacles, as you can see, this person here is secure, all locked down. There's like a gate there and in the home space. And whilst that person is going, you know what, I feel secure in my home, or I feel, you know, I enjoy being a hermit energy, you know, being like squirreled away in comfort in my home space. It can also indicate that you've built a sort of life for yourself where you're not getting out there and having fun. You need to leave the home a little bit. So I get a sense here that at the end of the month, you know, you're going to be wanting to find that sense of comfort, maybe withdraw into the home space, especially since your 12th and 9th house are influencing you. However, they are indicating here it's important to get out there into the world and enjoy yourself, okay? So I definitely see, you know, you'll have a bit of both worlds, you know, spending some time at home with family. Some of you may even travel to see family members or have family members who are across the world come and visit you. I get a sense that some of you are going to see people or family members that you haven't seen for a while from different parts of the world. They'll travel to see you, okay? Now, because we have the Six of Swords and the World card, some of you are definitely looking at where you feel like you belong in the world and really establishing your sense of who you are, what you want, and your sense of security, because you may have felt a little bit like you've been drifting for a little while. But also the Six of Swords and the World card tells me about travel. So some of you, if you're not actioning travel at the end of the month, then you definitely will be planning some sort of vacation. And it may be spiritual in nature, but it doesn't have to be. It just feels more like you are really trying to soak up new experiences. And I definitely see that that's going to bring something to look forward to as you move into 2024 as well. Six of Swords also indicates you're moving out of testing times. And, you know, I feel like you're gaining greater wisdom, and I feel like you're transitioning towards something better, something that you truly desire. But I also get this sense, as I said, that you're stepping into the unknown, or you're learning to step into the unknown and embrace it as something exciting rather than something to be feared. With the World card, it tells me that you're going to reach all of your goals, okay, and that you're stepping into a new era in your life. And I feel like, you know, some of you are like so done with 2023 that you have pretty much like started a new year already for yourself. And I get a sense with the World card that you're going to be in the right place at the right time to get great opportunities. And I feel like you're being guided to either a new experience, or you're like sort of investigating something that you want to launch. You'll hit your target. And I feel it's a very positive card for you, because it literally represents abundance and completing something that you started. So I feel there's something here that you will start or launch in the month of December, or even be like researching it and then launch it. It's going to be very, very successful. Now, we do have the High Priestess here. So this is a very important card of connecting to your sense of self. Some of you may have felt like you've been in between worlds, as it were. You may have felt a little bit like very cerebral, but also then in your intuition and this otherworldly knowingness. Okay, so I really get a sense here that you want to develop that a little bit more. So you may be opening yourself up to your higher wisdom and to spiritual practices, whether they're just things like yoga, meditation, whether it's for your health, or whether it is that you want to develop your spiritual gifts. I definitely see that some of you are set to launch something, and I feel intuitively you're being guided there, whatever that is for you. Okay. okay? But also the High Priestess is an energy of that inner wisdom, that inner knowingness. Trust the vibes. Whatever vibes you're getting, whether it's from a person, whether it's from a situation, you're on point. Okay, our gut instinct, I always call the gut instinct the first brain. I know people do not call it that, but I like to call it that because you can walk into a room and you can just feel that something's off. You feel it in your gut instinct. You just know. Nobody said a word, but you can feel it. And that gut instinct is telling you something's off, okay? And then it connects to the brain and says, hey, listen, I'm feeling something a little bit weird here. Something's off. Can you ask the eyes to check around? Ask the ears to check around. Is there anything that we should be a bit worried about? And then the brain, of course, connects to the eyes and the ears and says, hey, you see anything out there? You hear anything out there? Eyes and ears say, nope, nothing at this time. But the brain says, yeah, I kind of agree with the gut instinct. Something feels a little bit weird. So I'll keep my eyes on it. I'll keep my ears on it. And the gut instinct knows first off. So when that's you meet a new person, whether you meet a new experience, you know, your gut instinct always knows. So I feel a lot of you are trying to treat your gut instinct a little bit healthier as well. So whether that's through diet or whether that's through really honing in to your sense of inner awareness, I definitely see that you're going to develop that more as you move into the rest of 2024. Is what I see there as well. Also, as you can see, there's a lot of indication that you're launching something or that you're moving towards something on your journey that intuitively you know is right for you, okay? I definitely see that you're being guided, and I feel listening to your dreams, your goals, and your intuition is so important. It represents enlightenment, okay? So trust those hunches. I would definitely trust those hunches, especially when it comes to world events and when it comes to, people around you. If you feel something's off, as I said, investigate it, but don't allow it to change your vibration or your frequency. I also see some really awesome news coming your way. Intuitively, you knew it was coming, okay? I feel there's something really great happening here for you, and you knew it was coming. So, I see you building security. In terms of finances, I feel, you will increase your finances, whether that's in terms of a bonus or you're going to hear that you're going to get a little bit more, perhaps a pension increase, or I know it sounds really random and odd that perhaps it won't happen, but I'm really getting this energy that things may increase for you briefly as you move through the end of December. Four of Pentacles is really about hanging on to the money that you have, okay, and, enjoying some of that money as well. Three of Pentacles is like you being careful about finances. You're being very clever, and some of you are weighing up your options. You'll find better deals is what I see there. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? What else do they need? Okay, they want one more, which is unusual, but thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Okay, so now, so we have waiting for something or someone, delayed action, and patience. So something you've been waiting for, I do feel, starts to become a reality at the end of December as you move into January. There's some sort of really good news coming your way that you're going to be like, I waited for this. Now it's here. I'm quite excited. Let's go. Let's move on this information. And we've also got drastic changes. Now, it says here, destruction of the old, unpleasant surprise, and wake-up call. So some of you may actually decide to leave something. As I said, we got the Death card there, we got the Fool card. So this is you leaving something, embarking on something new. It's almost like the death of self, where you're like, you know what, I'm reestablishing my boundaries, and the old things in my life, they just don't fly anymore. It's time for change. This could also be changes that occur in the world, a deconstruction of what we've already known, and changes that come on in that may shock us. So the energy that I'm getting is there is some major changes that occur around about March 2024, but I have to look into them a little bit more to see what that is, because I feel it is on a global scale, but we'll see. But I do see that you are like, it's like this wake-up call. You know that things are changing, and I feel intuitively, maybe that's why you're so cautious about some of the things that you're planning or doing right now, but I feel like you are protected and redirected. If you've had any difficult news, I feel like you are protected and you are actually going to secure your position long-term. And I feel anything that does not go in your favor, it's almost like a silver lining, because it's an opportunity to be directed towards something else, something better. We also have new birth. Okay, so it says here, creation and metamorphosis, birthing something new and it coming into being. Okay, now I feel this is such an exciting time for you because I feel like you're working really hard on something and it is going to be very rewarding for you. But it's almost like this energy of you being that new you. New year, new you, but it somehow is established or planned in the month of December and actioned into 2024. And also we've got high on life. So this is a very exciting card because it says extremely happy with life, living life to the fullest, excitement and happiness. And I feel that's something that you've been trying to tap into because life has got pretty serious or pretty heavy for you recently. And I feel you're embracing a new period in your life where you are actually going to get the best out of it. And really interesting. Thanks so much. I'm truly grateful. My guides are asking me to look at this card. Now, they're showing me this secret door that's open. So I feel like either a new piece of information comes your way to give you a major breakthrough, or, there's some sort of change, but you open that door to this change. It just feels like a portal is opening up for you to enjoy happiness or bring something really positive into your world. It could even be a new piece of information that comes your way that may shock you and will bring drastic change, but for the positive, okay? And I also get this high on life card giving me this sense of elevation and spiritual awareness, spiritual practices, and really connecting to your inner wisdom. So I'm just going to get a trinket or rune. Oh, we've only got two. Oh, wow. We've got a trinket here. We've only got two, a trinket and a rune, and we've got some pink lips there, hot lips. Now, this can be an indication of something spoken to you, okay? Can also be an indication of attraction, because although it doesn't mean love is not coming for you, I do see that it's not really a priority for you, but this can be like you being your authentic self, speaking your visions into reality. Remember, thoughts become things. Spoken word is so important for you as well, especially since you got the Page of Swords. So if you're connected to anything in that arena, but it's really important to be aware of your words, because words are spellings. They're cast out into the universe. Now, sometimes, there are some words that can have a double meaning, like meaning, for example, to mean something can also to be mean to somebody. So I feel you're shifting the way that you use words in order to affect change in your world and bring in something more and exciting. But the fact that the pink energy is coming there, I feel it's like electric. I also feel you're going to embark on a more colorful life, and there may even be attraction there as well. And finally, we have the Wheel of Fortune rune as well there. This is gift. Okay, this is the gift rune. Now, this can indicate a gift from the universe, better opportunities, better luck, even divine union. So if you are looking for love, I do feel there's a potential for you to meet somebody, but you may meet them traveling, or they may be traveling when they meet you, okay? You could be talking to somebody new, and I feel it could turn into a high-level commitment relationship. But right now, I feel like you're doing a little bit more soul-searching. I feel one of the things you're meant to learn is that you are a gift. Okay, and I feel it's taken you a long time to recognize that. And something similar came out in the Leo reading. I mean, it wouldn't be a Scorpio reading without some sort of connection to Leo, probably because of my Leo moon. But I definitely see that you are going to receive some sort of gift this month from the universe, and it could be the gift of family, the gift of friends, the gift of love, the gift of money. I feel like it could be any gift, but I feel you leave December feeling really lucky for who you are and for all that is to come. Okay, so we'll leave it there, my beautiful Scorpio. That reading got pretty deep. I hope it resonates with someone out there. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Scorpio, and love and light.